Doing that satellite man's still hitting me in the face. They're still burning my teeth, and they're still hitting me right here. And they're burning me right here, all the way over to here, like this. Now, in reference to the satellite man, he communicated about 5 minutes ago, and about 10 minutes ago. Let's see what it was. He said that I had to conform and bow down to his government. The facts of law of government of this country supports the fact that of my ownership. See how they're swelled up my face on this side and the neck. See, but this government man said I had to bow down to his administration or something. The fact that you're in government, you have to support the laws that are here in this country before you got into government. Otherwise, you'll just fuck up the system of everything that people have bought and people own in this country. Like you're a communist regime or a dictatorship trying to steal other people's work and accomplishments and people's land. You don't have a legal right. You must get impeached. You're going to be charged for treason for what you've done to me. And the fact that your political party has been stealing from me and then you've been covering it up. Every slanderous thing that you've tried to use as an excuse for physically or sexually assaulting me is going to get you put on trial for the death penalty because that's what the law says has to be done to you. That's the facts of law of this country. You don't have a right coming into this country saying that people had to bow down to your government. Land ownership is protected by the laws of this country. The fact that you got into government to try to manipulate the ownership of people owning things in this country is treason. You don't have a right abusing landowners and people that own businesses because you got into government. The laws of government were there before you got into government, and you're manipulating the laws and you're disrespecting the laws of this country. You're disrespecting people's privacy. You're disrespecting their bodies. You're disrespecting their lives. You're disrespecting their monies. You're disrespecting their bank accounts. You're disrespecting their history and family history in America because you got into government. What I am the owner of, in reference to my mother and father's estates and grandparents' estates, is supported by 100% factual laws of America. You are the one violating the laws. You are the one violating factual ownership. You tried to hijack my family history of companies, and you tried to steal position. You don't have a right sitting there saying, or sitting there trying to spread rumors, slandering my character as your way of trying to make a victim of society shit. Your satellite activity is treason. And any politician that doesn't support the arrest or prosecuting of you and your people, those politicians must get impeached from their position. That messed with my throat. It's funny, isn't it? The fact that you people got into government and you thought you could just do anything. That's why there's an impeachment process in government. That the people can legally impeach the president or vice president or the whole fucking administration or any governor or mayor for war crimes or hate crimes or physical assault of the people of this country. It's government brutality. Government attempts of murder. And the fact that you did not pay me the previous lawsuits. I haven't even received any of the monies from California when I got kidnapped from California over 22 years ago. And these people have been burning me every single day since they kidnapped me. My mother had sued Indiana government because I had been injured by people in Indiana. And yet you're still holding me hostage. You still have not paid the lawsuits from the fucking 80s or 90s. You're still burning me and you're still terrorizing my life. Your government agents have to get prosecuted for your crimes. The fact that the government or any government of this country has allowed you to do these things when my parents have owned land and companies and businesses in all 50 states. And the fact that you and your government agents have been holding me hostage and you tried to steal my penis, or if you stole any of my penis, you have to get prosecuted no fucking matter what. My parents was large landowners in a lot of cities and states in America. The information My parents employed lots of people in this country. My grandparents employed a lot of people in this country. My parents didn't go over the guidelines of what land ownership is. My parents owned the most land in this country. My grandparents owned the most land in this country. They owned what they could own. And you don't have a right stealing none of that. And you don't have a right trying to change the fucking laws because of the population growth. My father and mother and grandparents bought land with real American money. They bought up to the amount that they could buy. And it is supported by factual laws, 100% of American law. And European law and international law. So anybody conflicting with that must get prosecuted. I am the owner of my mother and father's estates forever. And your activity of torturing or abusing me or terrorizing me, you must get arrested. If law enforcement's not going to arrest you, they need to overhaul or reorganize law enforcement. I'm the rightful owner. And if anybody's holding on to monies I was supposed to have received back in the 80s, they can get prosecuted. If anybody's trying to confuse my identity by damaging my face or teeth, those people must get prosecuted for damaging my face and teeth. Need all the court records that my mother and father, when they've had court cases or when they had court cases. And my mother and father's estates have to sue the government for treason. You don't have a right coming into this country and trying to steal old wealth or old money or old history of wealth. Meaning like generations of a family that employed people, and you thought you'd try to use and abuse your tricks on people that came from families of wealth and families that have employed generations of people's lives and families in this country. You don't have a right. And you won't ever have a right. And obviously law enforcement is not doing their job. They should have arrested your people for your crimes. And in reference to your terrorism of stealing my money. It even says on the Treasury documents that if you made my life difficult or caused me any problems, you were supposed to get arrested. If you were blocking me from my trust funds or monies or lawsuits, or you were trying to starve me to death, or you were trying to manipulate, or you were trying to abuse me, or you were cock-blocking me from living my life of freedom and wealth, they can take everything away from you, government man. Even if they have to bring in another Treasury office from another country to evaluate the American Treasury or the court system. The law books are on records. Those books have to be followed. In reference to the government man terrorizing my life or physically assaulting me, they must get prosecuted. And if you've tried to change documents or videos and you tried to change the words of them, you can get prosecuted, government man, for media crimes and documentary crimes. And you can get prosecuted for treason and attempts of murder. Rule protocol of my identity is in the media 24 hours a day. And the government has not paid me any of the lawsuits or any of the insurance that my parents had for that I was supposed to have received. Or the life insurance policies. They're even blocking me from my trust funds. These people need to get prosecuted for treason. I've not received any of the lawsuit monies or any benefits from anywhere. Or any of the monies that any of my friends may have sent. I haven't received nothing. Or any, even if somebody had like a charity event where they tried to collect monies for me, didn't receive none of it. Everybody that stole the monies need to get arrested. No matter what. They're violation of law. What these people are doing.